Can I vote?
No, you are not 18, just like Ashton likes them. In order to vote, you need to be at least 18 years of age, be registered in the state of Wisconsin for at least 28 days, and have a formal license.
So, where do I register to vote and where do I go to vote?
Well, you can go to register using this link. This link will help you register and will tell you where to go when you vote.
What are the ID laws in Wisconsin?
In order to vote, you need an ID, whether that be a driver's license, a passport, a military ID, anything will suffice. You just need a form of identification. Who do we in Wisconsin vote for? We vote on primaries and caucuses, if you believe in. We vote on the presidential election, we vote for congressmen, state leaders, and even in Ashwaubenon, you can vote for village head members.
Hey Ryan, how's the Wisconsin government structured?
It is structured into three branches: the executive branch, legislative branch, and judicial branch. What do you know about the executive branch?
Well, it consists of the governor, which is voted by the people, and the responsibilities of the governor is appointing people to state boards and proposing a state budget.
What do you know about the judicial branch?
Well, the judicial branch serves similarly to the federal branch. They can review state laws and overturn lower level court cases.
Hey Colby, what do you know about the legislative branch?
So, the legislative branch is split into two different chambers, and basically they're in charge of making laws and they approve of budgets sent by the governor. They can also impeach the governor.
These branches have checks and balances over each other, and like a seesaw, one cannot function without the other.
Hey Ryan, who are our key elected officials?
Well, our governor is Tony Evers. Chris Kapenga is the president. Devin LeMahieu is a Senate Majority Leader. Robin Vogt is Speaker of the Assembly. And Annette Zengler is Chief Justice.
What are some issues going on in Wisconsin right now?
Currently, Wisconsin is generally fighting three issues. One of them being minimum wage, another being gun laws, and the third being marijuana. The legislative branch is going to make a law that would end prohibition of marijuana. The executive branch would have the governor approve of the bill, or veto it, but approve if they're ending it. Judicial branch will make sure the law is constitutional and also make sure that it's not misused by the executive branch. And then the same lawmaking process would be for any other type of issue. Same thing in the executive branch and the judicial branch as the checks and balances. 51% believe that the minimum wage should be increased to $15, while 87% believe that there should be background checks for gun laws. How's the Constitution structured?
Well, it's split into the preamble, Articles 1 through 12, and the amendments.
Yes, I win.
No.
Anyways, amendments are used to combat current issues. So the state constitution gets amended whenever an issue pops up. The way amendments are created is that the two houses of the legislative branch have a majority vote, and if majority vote in agreement that the amendment should be passed, the amendment is passed.
Hey Colby, what are the comparisons of both governments?
The three branches.
How are the executive branches similar?
So, in the federal government, there's a president and a vice president. Similar to Wisconsin's government, there's a governor and a lieutenant governor. They also both have the same powers as the checks and balances. So, the president or the governor can appoint people to the cabinet or just general special positions, and then they can also veto any laws that are made in the legislative branch of both governments.
How are the legislative branch similar?
So in the legislative branch in the federal government, there is the House and the Senate. Similarly, there's two different chambers in the Wisconsin government. The powers are also similar, just like the executive branch, where the legislative branch has the power to impeach the president/governor, and they have the ability to make laws.
How are the judicial branches similar?
So the federal judicial branch is very similar to the Wisconsin judicial branch. The only difference is that there are lower courts in the state government than there are in the federal, because the federal only has a Supreme Court and a federal court. while Wisconsin and state governments have lower courts for House court, civil court, whatever. Now the powers still remain the same. They deem laws unconstitutional, and they have the power to judicial review.